Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all doing well, and let's head right into Collectively Rewilding. All right. So I feel like it's been a long time since we met last week. How's everybody doing with quitting?
I'm doing good.
And
Sabrina.
so is that just with alcohol or is that with cigarettes as well? Or
Just alcohol,
Mhm.
22 days. Pretty
That's
good.
wonderful. And are you liking it or are you hating it?
Um, it's chill, I'm
Mhm.
being more productive, like around the house kind of thing, and more clear-minded and uh like less of a beer belly and stuff like that, eating more healthier and yeah, stuff like that.
So it
Nothing
feels good?
Yeah, probably next month I'll start. I got like an exercise bike, like a
Mhm.
one that you put underneath your desk. So
Okay.
I'm gonna start exercising my sexy legs, to get
Oh,
them
that'll be
buffed.
so good for you, Tammy.
Right. Like when we go for drinking this long, it's easier for us to stay in a routine where we actually keep up on our
Well, my
responsibilities.
husband, he had a
So,
shot a couple days ago, so he's like
hey, we gotta chill out.
I'm ratting him out.
Well, I'm losing so far, but you know
But
what?
yeah, he's different than me. Like me, if I had a shot, I'd probably have to drink the next day because I miss drinking. So that's not the good thing for me. Drinking, I have to probably do it for like 2 months. I'm not thinking about it, so it helps.
Hmm.
And I don't have the need because I'm keeping myself busy. Kind of
You've
thing.
got a lot to keep yourself busy with these days.
Yeah, and then I just pick up new habits like incense, candles, and reading and stuff like that,
Online shopping.
online
Well, that's a really dangerous addiction as well. So definitely be careful there.
for
Hmm.
sure. Yep, that's about it. And planting and just indulging in a lot of flowers that I'm interested in plants. So
There you go.
yeah. Pretty
Very cool. And how about everybody else?
I almost had a drink when I went to Texas, but my sister wouldn't let me. I stopped drinking about 8 years ago.
That's really good, Vanessa. But you almost had a moment, huh?
Yeah, 'cause she she was drinking margaritas. Go through um, Taco Cabana and she'd get margaritas, and I was like, oh, I want to drink. I'm gonna get me one, and she would tell me, no, you're not gonna drink. So I was like almost close to having a drink after 8 years, but
Are you glad you didn't?
yeah, I think so. I mean, I kind of want to, just not think about stuff, and but I guess okay that I didn't. I guess it's better because
I mean,
my
it just all depends on how much somebody does something, right?
yeah. Every time we go out, we go and get her a margarita, and I was like, oh, I don't want to.
And did you quit drinking because it was really bad for you, or you just wanted to, or?
No, because I got sick, and one time I went out and I was drinking. I forgot the name of the drink, but it's tequila rose, which was my favorite. I always had tequila rose, and I like Jägermeister, and this one was mixed. I forgot
Oh
what's
my
the name.
gosh. Tequila Rose and Jägermeister? Oh, wow. That's forgetfulness in a bottle right there.
Yeah, and I got so I was throwing up on the way home, and when I got home, I don't remember, and I was like, never again. Since then, I hadn't drunk.
It's been about 5 years for me because I don't eat a lot of food. And when I drink a lot of alcohol, and it burned a hole in my stomach the last time that I drank. So I'm kind of in the same shoes. Never again.
Oh,
I don't know. I've been kind of wanting to a little bit myself as well, but I'm too scared, really. I don't know. If I drink again, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a very full stomach. And I would not recommend ever drinking tequila rose and Jägermeister together, period. Just ever for anyone, ever.
I forgot the name of it, but it was all right because I like both of them. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but as a bartender, those are some pretty heavy intoxicants right there. And tequila has a mind of its own, right? I mean,
well, the tequila rose is smooth and it tastes like
no,
strawberry.
I totally, I've had it. It's the only tequila that I can drink, but tequila is known for
Yeah.
creating certain behavioral patterns within people, right? Kind of like vodka. Both of those drinks can really twist you up and have you acting different than you normally would, right? So, and Jägermeister is just really powerful. It's just really potent. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like a Long Island iced tea. Unless you're ready for forgetfulness in a bottle, you probably want to avoid it.
Or even like an adios motherfucker. You know, those are pretty potent too.
I'm not familiar with those, but must be
Yeah, there's
I
like
haven't bartended for over 10 years. So
seven adios motherfucker. Is there like 7 hard alcohols in that? Yeah, it's pretty hardcore.
yeah, there are 6 in Long Island iced tea, right? So yeah, yeah, those are gonna throw you for a doozy. How about everybody else?
I don't think I did too well.
No.
I ran out of all my vape stuff, and I haven't vaped, but I did buy a pack of cigarettes. And it was the
Mhm.
times I tried to share them with my friends. They're like, can't even smoke those. So I'm just like, maybe I'm on a good track because it's very inconvenient to smoke cigarettes.
It is. It is
So,
very inconvenient to smoke cigarettes. That is something that we can all use in our favor, right?
right.
hmm Yeah.
Definitely.
So today when I went to Nevada for other reasons, uh, I didn't take cigarettes with me, so I didn't have cigarettes for over 4 hours. I just
Oh,
didn't take
nice. Well, I definitely can't be smelling like cigarettes around the kids. So
them.
that, and then,
Yeah, my cousin Lisa, she would have like one in about the quarter of the day and one at lunch, and she'd like wash her hands, put on smelly perfume, rinse her mouth out with mouthwash, put gum in, and put a perfume spray on so that it wasn't a lingering odor around the children when she was being a TA and all these different she had some other title, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, excuse me.
mhm.
And so how
So,
are you enjoying substitute teaching? Do you go all through the grades? Do you have a specialized area?
well, right now there's a lady out on maternity leave, so I'm kind of like
Helping
dedicated
out there a lot. Are
to
you
fa-
like their primary teacher?
well, it's sixth grade science class.
Okay. Are you
So
enjoying that? That's a fun year.
yeah, it's all right. It's not too bad, you know.
We can really start doing some things and they haven't quite gotten the attitude of junior high or middle school yet if they're not in a middle school setting. Is it elementary or middle school?
Well, it's a preschool, elementary, and middle school put together.
Okay. Those are really neat. Those are really neat. The environments in those are quite different than your separated institutions,
All
right?
right.
There's a lot more community atmosphere to that type of a schooling institution, I think.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
So it's like half education, half behaviors type of deal. But that's not too bad.
Very neat, very neat. And so is that kind of helping you to stay away from it, at least while you're working?
Yeah, most definitely.
And so just to say, there's a lot of controversy out there, but it may be better for you to smoke cigarettes than vape. That's my understanding of it. But I'm not a medical expert and I would never try to advise someone. But from my understanding, vaping is quite significantly worse for your lungs than regular cigarettes. But that's just my understanding, right? So I wouldn't encourage you to do either. I don't encourage myself to do the cigarette, but still, right?
hmm
So just something to think about. And then for like my husband, he doesn't do chew, but they have these nicotine pouches that he puts in. And if you don't continue to use them indefinitely, that can be a good alternative. But just like the vaping, when you put those pouches so directly into your gums, better than chew, but that's still such direct contact to your skin that you're going to see higher incidences of like jaw cancer and some things like that. And there are people that have had their jaws surgically removed from doing that kind of stuff. So just be aware of the techniques that you're using. So like, I'm never going to let him just keep doing the nicotine patches. I'll be like, babe, you're better off to go back to the cigarette than to keep doing that, right? So it'll be something that we both work on together if you use it as a tool. And I would imagine nicotine gum would be similar, not so much for like your jaw, but for your tongue and maybe the roof of your mouth and your gums, right? So
Hey, Sabrina, real
Yeah.
quick, did you want to put out that reminder for the career class? It's starting in 15 minutes.
yes, I do want to put that up. Thank you. And so let me go and do that while we're all talking. But Jay's doing really well. He didn't smoke for 24 hours so he could go and do this silly test. And then it's not anybody's fault. You want to be mad at someone, but it just wasn't someone's fault. They all called in sick. And so he quit smoking for 24 hours so he could go in and take this test, and then they canceled the appointment. Oh my God, could you imagine what he felt like in that moment? I told him I was just so proud of him, because if they would have told me that, I would have straight out said, well, then we might as well not schedule the test, because there's no way I can do that. I'm not going to be able to do that, you know? I'm getting so much better, and I love hearing how many of you are doing well also, but I still am far from that in control, right? Could any of you, who all could do that? Who could just quit for 24 hours to take a test? My hand is not up.
I can. Sometimes when I had to, get my medicine, I had to not drink for like a few days. So I had no choice. So if you put your mind to it, you can do anything, kind of thing. Might never matter. I don't know.
I have addictive personality disorder, so I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's
Oh,
definitely.
me too. Me too. Like me too.
I'm really impressed then, Tammy.
Yeah,
that's
when you
hard.
can't when you can't walk, sometimes it's a blessing.
I can appreciate that you feel that way. How is that? I can't put myself in your shoes, but I can appreciate that you can find that positivity.
And sometimes it's harder because my husband can walk, so he can get
Oh,
me
he's gonna go walking. You told me about that.
especially for his cigarettes, like he has to walk a long way, but he has to get a cig.
You can just tap your phone two times.
Yeah, so like it's easy to order alcohol because it's just like a click away, like DoorDash, with cigarettes.
Cigarettes, it's not. How weird. That is so bizarre to me, because individually, I don't know what's more damaging, cigarettes or alcohol, but alcohol can harm a lot of other people, whereas cigarettes, as long as you're following the law these days, you're not really ever hurting anyone else. You know what I mean? So that's kind of crazy. In Wyoming, you could drive through and get a gallon jug of alcohol at a drive-through. They would just put a cap on it that was like, you had to break the seal to open it. That was amazing to me. They do have drive-in alcohol, or they do have drive-through alcohol in Colorado, but
they have that in San Antonio too. Like
do
you
they?
can drive to the store and get like margaritas and stuff. They put it in a bag and like they staple it. But yeah, they have drive-throughs like that too in San Antonio.
Right, these are like milk jugs, and so just like a milk jug, it has that little tab, and you peel the seal. That's not very hard to do. It's wild. It's the different places. And then here in Utah, you can't buy alcohol except at a state-owned liquor store. You can buy beer now in convenience stores and gas stations and grocery stores and stuff like that. Before, when we first got here, it was only able to be 3.2. A lot of states don't even know what that is. Do you guys know what 3.2 beer is? Ken does.
No, it's like 818 beer, so no. Is that area code?
No, it's a percentage of alcohol in the beer.
Oh, shnikes. I mean, I heard of Everclear,
No, this is 3.2% alcohol. It's called 3.2 alcohol, and that's how much percentage that beer can have in certain states. So, yeah.
Is it
Where else?
like
Not
for
like Alaska or something? Okay.
No, no, right here in the contiguous United States.
Oh,
It used to be in Utah and it used to be in Colorado too.
is it kind of like for locals like malt liquor?
Kind of, yeah, but it would have a lower, like you couldn't do malt liquor. That has too high of a percentage in it, right? So
yeah,
Yes.
Four Locos are sweet, very sour, like very, very sweet. I don't know if it's a beer, but like
I'm
Steel Reserve, is more
yeah,
like a
but you
malt.
guys are still when you're talking, it's a percentage. Like how Everclear is such a high alcohol count, right? So beer has an alcohol count too, and they can be down at like 6%. The malt liquors tend more towards like 12%. But in the states that have the 3-2 law, it is 3.2%. It doesn't matter if it's a wine cooler or a beer at the gas station. Those states can only sell alcohol up to a 3.2% alcohol outside of special stores in that state, if at all. They used to have dry counties. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but that used to be a thing too. So
Oh yeah, I went to a college in a dry county, and we just went to the next county over.
exactly, that's what my dad used to have to do. Oh, I forgot to look at our calendars. That is exactly what my dad used to have to do. Yeah, so it's outside of my experience, but I've heard about it, and so very interesting. And then living in Nevada too, that's a totally different experience as well. Alcohol's everywhere. You can go play penny slots or nickel slots or something and just keep getting the bottom shelf alcohol all day, right? So it actually helped my husband a lot to move to Utah because you have to go, in order to get liquor, you have to go to the state liquor stores, and there's only so many in the state. And so you might be driving for a minute to go get it, not like hours, but your local, where you could buy beer is 15 minutes away, say, but then the state liquor store might be an hour away. You never know. And so it really helped him to move away from hard liquor into beer. So especially once they allowed regular alcohol content in the beer in the gas stations and grocery stores and things. Yeah, really interesting. Like in Colorado, you can't buy hard liquor anywhere but at the liquor store, but they're not state-owned liquor stores, and they're all over, right? So it just really does vary, and they're really starting to get in tobacco laws like that as well, and the driving laws too. Jay said he's heard that they might push driving back to 25 years of age. Could you imagine? And you know what? I see a lot of worse drivers that are older, even than I am, than I see young kids being stupid drivers, to be completely honest about it. That's just my own personal experience. All right, guys. So let's see. We have Miss Candace and Miss Tammy. Tammy, I'm guessing that you're still kind of working on your stuff. Is that right? For how-to?
Yeah, I'm always working on something.
Well, but
Yeah.
you're not ready for us to take it tomorrow in class, are you?
No, not at
Okay.
all.
How
Yeah.
about you, Miss Candace? Would you like to try to come tomorrow with your project?
Yes, I can try.
Okay, don't worry. I always have my own that if no one else ends up having the time to come in, I can work on what I'm doing. But I would really love, of course, to help you guys when you're able to come in and we can work on your stuff.
Okay.
All right. So we'll try to do that tomorrow. So maybe working with Miss Candace, and you want to do like a community garden and maybe like a veggie bus or something. Is that right, Candace?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Okay, so we'll either be looking at community gardens that fuel a community veggie bus or chip drop type things, working on getting those tree trimming services, not to take their valuable chips into a landfill, but to bring them to the citizens in the area. One way or the other, we'll have something to do tomorrow, and that will be how-tos for community outreach at 1:45 p.m. Pacific, 2:45 p.m. Mountain, 3:45 p.m. Central, and 4:45 p.m. Eastern. Hope you guys are able to come and join, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Please feel free to unmute everyone and say good night. Or are you saying good night to you, Rock?
Buenas noches, everybody. I'll see you guys later.
Night.
Have a good
Bye.
night. Bye, everyone.